Hello and welcome to the third episode of BFP, the Bioforce podcast. That's right, that's a Doom 2004 movie reference because this month, or this week, or whatever our cadence is, we're talking about video game movies. And we have some experts here. We brought in Dan and Andy, and we're going to introduce them shortly, but we have some unfinished business here. Now, last episode, we promised that we're going to do some introductions for every guest and host on this episode. And me and Paulo, we did our introductions on episode 1, but I think we've unfortunately come to the realization that episode 1 is never going to see the light of day. So we did our introductions during that episode, but we've decided we're going to redo them here again for our dedicated audience that has not yet heard our introductions yet.
I know they're all dying to hear who we are.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a core part of this podcast. So
Carson, take it away.
Oh, no. I was going to do you first. So as the typical introduction for each of our guests, your hosts here, me and Paulo, are going to do our own introductions. So telling us a character and a movie that represents you as a person. Paulo, take it away with the first one.
All right, fine. Okay, well, my character is Walter Mitty from The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Because if you don't know that movie, I'm a huge daydreamer. And basically that movie, that's who he is. And then he just ends up going on a huge adventure as part of his job. Yeah, and for the movie, I picked Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is, by the way, what I named my Instagram / Twitter after, which doubles as our podcast Instagram / Twitter. But I'll plug that later in the podcast, so all of you guys can contact us and possibly get a spot on the next episode.
We all know our social media has been blowing up since last episode. Okay, so for myself, the character I picked was Kingsley Zissou, a.k.a. Ned Plimpton from the movie The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Pardon? What?
What? So this character, if you haven't seen Life Aquatic, I highly, highly recommend it. It's essentially Bill Murray is a documentarian who's going around the world with his crew of people who are kind of sure they don't fit within society. They have found their calling within this team, within this society, that they have this passion in doing documentaries. Kingsley Zissou is Bill Murray's kind of estranged son who is trying to figuring out whether he belongs in this world or not. Kind of goes a little bit back and forth of whether he actually does belong.
That's deep.
So that I think that's something I relate to personally. But I would also, for the movie I picked, is actually the same movie, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, for the opposite reason of what I aspire to be, and that's what Bill Murray is in that movie, is essentially what I aspire to being as a person. That person who leads the team, who is the person who has that one passion and that team together of people that you really respect and just work with your entire life and really love working with. I think that's who I want to be, and so there's that whole difference between who I think I am, which is Kingsley Zissou, versus who I aspire to be, which is Steve Zissou. And that's kind of why I picked those two options.
Wow.
So that's the introductions of your hosts here. We are now going to introduce our two guests. And as I said today, we're talking about video game movies. So we brought in a couple of video game experts in Dan and Andy. And I can say right now, with these two guests, we're gonna have a damn good episode.
Have a damn good time, everyone.
So to start off first with a typical introduction, we're going to go to Dan. Give us your character and movie that represents you as a person and why.
All right, will do. Well, hello. I'll start with my movie first, and that would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That works very well.
Yeah, the film exudes a kind of a carefree mentality of seizing the moment, of living life to sort of, the greatest extent and doing what you want to do regardless of the rules. That carefree attitude and lack of sort of structure and sort of, doing what you want to do in the moment. That pretty much is my life in a nutshell. I'm not the most structured person, so it works. And as for the character, actually, I'm super original. So also from that movie, the character of Cameron Fry, he is sort of how I see myself living my life right now in Toronto. Sort of like the quiet, the relatively quiet and reserved person. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. Who likes to observe what's going on and sort of be part of the craziness, but not so much be the instigator of the craziness. So, for example, Ferris would be the guy who's running the show, but Cameron just goes along for the ride.
Swing bada.
So that's right, a bada bada. Yeah, that would be me.
Great, thanks, Dan. And for our second guest, I'm going to turn it over to Andy.
All right, cool. So the movie that I want to do is Chasing Amy. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I don't talk about it too much, but I just feel like I live in a world where I want to hear everybody's opinions. And in all his movies, people get these long dialogues. They go on these really weird, nonchalant, long philosophical conversations about absolutely nothing that mean the most to them. And that's what I like about life, so I just kind of went with that. For character, Igby from Igby Goes Down. Kieran Culkin, the very famous brother of Macaulay Culkin.
He's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, there you go. He just because that's kind of how I feel like I went through high school. Very much this like kid who just said really weird things, annoyed everybody, but just kept doing it anyway.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, so that's me.
If I had known about that movie, I might have picked him too.
There we go.
So I have a question for you based on that introduction. Have you ever watched much Richard Linklater movies? This would be like your Boyhood, your Before Sunrise, Before Sunset trilogy, stuff like that?
No.
Because that very much sounds like the type of stuff that's similar to what you're talking about.
Well, that's my homework now.
That is your homework now. Great. So we've introduced our guest now. We want to start off this episode talking about some of the shortcomings of video game movies and kind of what we have out there today. And I kind of want to talk about this in the context of it seems like recently superhero movies have found out how to translate that medium into movies. And maybe it's not perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of video or comic book movies or comic book fans out there who can agree they're maybe not doing it perfectly, but they've at least found success. And yet, when you look at the video game movies, when you try to think about what is the best one out there or what are the good ones out there, there's a certain shortcoming. So why do you guys think, especially as those of you who love certain movies and love the certain narratives that they provide, why haven't they been able to translate that into the medium of film yet?
So I just wanted to ask you guys a weird question, and this is related, but this has to do with where I'm going with it. It's a weird question, but how old do you think Mario is?
1993.
Like the character
Oh, the
himself.
character or the movie?
The
Oh, I
character.
thought you meant the movie.
The character.
Let-
How old is the character Mario?
I was going to
Well,
say 80s.
He's like a well-established plumber, so I
Right.
think he'll. Let's say like 30. He's in his mid-30s.
Mid-30s?
35.
What do you think, Dan?
The age of the character.
Yeah.
The age of Mario.
Age of Mario, like
38.
38. Carson?
I was going mid-80s. So
80s?
Yeah, I was going
Like,
mid-80s.
No. Sorry, we mean like how old.
Like
the
Mario
character is.
himself.
Mario
Yeah.
himself. How old is
Oh,
he?
how
Yeah.
old is Mario?
Yeah.
He's not
got
an
a
80-year-old
mustache. He's
man.
like, no, he's in his 40s.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was in 1980s, so it's like, yeah, it's what's
All right, so it's perfect. So you guys never saw this. Miyamoto actually came out and said that the only thing they really know about Mario is that he's 24.
What?
24.
So
I'm 24. No, wait, no, I'm not.
No, you're not.
So that just kind of just jumps right to my point is that we look at a lot of characters in video games and we play as them, but not a lot of times we get to know them. So when we're in a movie, we're watching somebody else tell their story, and we already have way too many preconceived notions about it. Like you tell a Mario story and you make him too old, everyone's going to say that. If I put a 24-year-old out there with a huge mustache, you're going to think he looks too young. That's already going to cause you a problem.
So that's interesting because I think we were talking about this last episode on our podcast, but one of the perfect action hero movies or any fantasy world heroes is when it's somebody that is so generic that you can portray yourself as them. So we were talking about
The everyman.
Neo in the Matrix,
Yeah.
and it's like that he has no character, so you can bring yourself to the scenario. So do you think like and think about video game movies here, like are the protagonists, do they have too much character where we can't portray ourselves as them? Is that what's happening?
Well, I think we put ourselves in their shoes for what their story is, right? So when you're like watching these movies, a lot of times it's like I think you guys were talking about Twilight as well, and like the way it was written, right? And how it's like, you know, you can really see yourself as her and doing the things they're doing. When you play video games, you're actually controlling their movements. There's a lot more like power in that. So when you see somebody doing something pretty like unrealistic, you've done something to make that happen, so you feel more invested in that action. So when you're seeing it happen and you're seeing it in a very different way, your notions of like what you do with that character are also different. It's kind of like I can watch someone playing Mario, and if I'm watching like someone on Twitch playing Mario and they're very competitive and they're really good, I can watch them and in my head I'm like, okay, wait, how did he react so fast? If I'm watching Mario on the TV, like, you know, some guy just jumping around, I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's a little weird. I don't know, but maybe that's just me.
That's really interesting.
Well, I think that's interesting, but also look at it in perspective of comic book movies as well. And like, you want to say you want to have a relatable protagonist and someone that you can see yourself as, but look at your Tony Stark and your Captain America and your Batman, and it's like, do any of us really see ourselves as that character because they're so powerful or they're so different than each of us? But I was actually going to bring this up about comic book movies of, they've started to become more and more extraordinary, but you look at how they started, and like the Christopher Nolan
Their
Batman
origin
movies were very
stories.
much like a regular person. The first Iron Man movie, he wasn't that crazy of a person. He was like a regular person.
He was a dick though, but
Yeah,
he was a regular.
he was a dick, but it was in a realistic way that we each related to.
Yeah.
And I feel like video game movies haven't found that. It's a very fantastical world, but we can't relate to it because they haven't found that everyman aspect of it.
I think it's too much of not exactly everyman, but the fact that the character that you're playing in the video game, I think for most cases there's no character. It's kind of like a blank slate where it's just you in the game. So when they apply an actual character in a movie to that video game character, and it's not who you thought it was when you were playing the game, like, it's just so weird and it doesn't fit, because there's like, think about every person that's played Mario. That's like 5 billion people, say, for example. That's 5 billion different characters that people see Mario as.
Right.
So when they make the Mario movie,
Yeah.
it's a bad example because
It's maybe
The
not
Mario
a great
movie.
example actually.
no, I mean like just because of the Mario movie, but like when they see Mario as who was it, Don something Don Haskins.
Yes, Haskins.
Hoskins, something like
Something like
close
that,
enough.
yeah.
But when you see that guy, it's like that's not who I thought my Mario was.
Yeah.
Right.
So like you don't get into that movie. And on top of the Mario movie, there was like
So
Yoshi
does that hold
being a
true
weird
with the
dinosaur.
video game movies? Like when you think of the big video game franchises out there right now, like Resident Evil, let's look at the bad ones like Hitman, Max Steel, or not
Max
Steel.
Payne.
Max Payne, Max Payne.
Yeah.
Spain.
Is that the problem that's with these movies right now? Because, okay, so the counter argument that I would bring is, I think the best video game movie out there right now is Warcraft. And despite the fact that they have orcs as main characters, I think I actually related more to those orcs than I did most video game movie main characters.
it's just because you're a beast. No, I mean, that's tough because like Warcraft was different as a video game movie in that, like, it was far enough from the actual game that like it was its completely own movie. I think it took cues from the game, but there was no.
I think that is a key though. Like you need to make your own story because the type of story that you can tell in the medium of a video game where it might take hours and hours and hours and take all these side quests is very different than what you can tell in a 2-hour movie. And so if you're trying to
Yeah.
adapt a video game as a movie, that's not going to work. Like you need to say, okay, these are characters and let's find a movie story that works. And I don't think that's what they're doing right now.
That's fair.
It also depends on the game too, right? Like sometimes you can take the universe. Like there's so many opportunities to go into the universe of a game and take like a side quest or like the lore of that movie or that video game franchise and turn it into something. Like I don't think I would ever watch a Mass Effect movie where they told me what Commander Shepard does because I play for like 30 hours.
Yeah.
And I choose what Commander Shepard does. You don't
Exactly.
choose that
Right.
for me, right? Well, I should say Andy
Right.
Shepard because that's my Shepard. But
Commander Andy Shepard.
honestly, you saved the galaxy so many times. But if you were to take a story and you were to go into the universe and let's say you have a story about like the battles on the Citadel or like people on certain planets seeing Reapers, like that would be great. But no one's really taken that leap as far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities there. But
So that said, the big question to kind of round out this segment is, what do you guys think is the best video game movie out there right now? And look at that from the perspective of you guys being video game fans and what did the most justice to the source material, but also just what is the best movie in general.
You know what? I'm gonna start because this is a tough one. We talked about this before, and you said Warcraft was the best one, and I was like, that can't be the best one. But then we looked up all the video game movies online, and it was like, there's really nothing. There's like Resident Evil, which like some of them are good.
Like
Like
first Resident Evil wasn't too bad.
yeah, and then like past that, there's like a bunch of Uwe Boll, where like that's I think
Synonymous
that
with
goes
terrible
without saying.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there was I mentioned Final Fantasy, which I thought I really liked at the time, but the problem with that is two problems actually. I've never played Final Fantasy, any of the games, and two, even not playing the games, I knew it had nothing to do with any of the games. But like I liked it as a movie, and I don't know, that's mine. Personally, that's my favorite one.
All right, what about our video game experts? What do you guys think is the best?
Honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite video game movie, but one thing that goes through my mind is just talking about Super Mario Brothers 1993. That is such. I think that's a critical place to really
still
look
not.
at. That is, I looked it up. That is the first live action video game based movie that released in North America.
It broke new ground.
It broke. And I can't. So actually, if you guys don't mind, I'll just quickly ask. Because it's bad. It's terrible. It's cheesy. It's awful. Do you guys think if it had been more successful, that it could have paved the way for maybe Hollywood to care more, to devote more resources? Because I think lack of talent.
It's interesting because I think when you look at the superhero genre is ultimately what I compare this to, and you look at the movies that most broke new ground, and you look at your X-Men and your Blade, and these are movies where they didn't have the big colorful outfits. It was here's a guy in a leather jacket, which was normal in the 90s. It's not so normal now, but like they made those characters and they didn't put X-Men in the bright yellow spandex outfits. They made it real. And so I think yes, if that movie had been successful, I think there would have been bigger budgets and more attempts to do it. But I think part of the reason why they failed is because it was so weird and it was so different. And it's just, you have to start normal, and then you look at the superhero genre now, and because they've had, like, it's almost like they've drawn people in, and so they have earned themselves the right to get weird when it comes to like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And it's like now audiences believe that, but you have to grab them at a very realistic level.
You have
and
to
then
start at the
grow.
ground.
And they never did that.
At the ground level.
So I don't think
Damn.
Mario ever would have done
Never
this.
noticed that.
So
actually.
I'm actually okay. I'm gonna agree and disagree with you. I agree because I actually think that was actually my favorite. I was gonna choose
Which one?
The Super Mario Brothers.
Oh.
Really?
Only
Really?
because, like, contrary to what I said, everyone puts their own perceptions into it, and I think that's what killed the movie. Because if you look at it realistically, it's like two guys who are together, they travel to this alternate dimension, and this is how like every character in Mario would be feasibly put into a 3D world. Like they tried to take everything from the first Mario and put it in. They added, Super Mario World references with Yoshi. I mean, you're not gonna get a giant green dinosaur that's gonna spit its tongue out, but you can get this little cute dinosaur, right? And who's like chained up by Bowser, and Bowser's a real person. Right, he's got
Yeah.
that weird
He's a
hair.
man.
Yes, he's a
right?
man.
They do
yeah.
the jumping. They put that those crazy boots on. There's like references to the Goombas and everything. They have them there, right? So they tried their best, and I think that, like, just to Carson's point, like they tried their best to make it realistic. Like this is how it would look in the real world. So I agree with that. I disagree about it being too weird. This is a time where we had like Theodore Rex. You know what I mean? Like in the
I actually
90s.
know that reference.
Yeah, in like the 90s, there was a lot of money for weird movies, and I think that we've like there's not a lot of people try the weird stuff anymore. Like it's just like, this is a stupid concept I have. Like when I saw Sausage Party, I was just like, okay, this is really stupid, but good on them for doing something just completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like that's just like someone's shower thought that they were like, you know what, I'm running. Well, I guess Seth Rogen's. But
I
still.
can appreciate that, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
so-
like, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
All right, so I think that's a good conversation to get this started. I think these same themes are going to get continued on into the next two segments that we have, also about video game movies. So we're going to wrap up this conversation, but we're going to move forward with some other segments. And I'm going to pass it to Paulo here for our social media update, updating our very rambunctious fan base. A lot of fans. We have a lot of fans. We have the best fans.
Sorry, Donald. Sorry, I'm gonna speed through this really quick. Just check my Twitter. No posts yet, but you know, guys, lots of chances. Just shout us out at PAOLOVSTHEWORLD. Paulo versus the World. That's our official podcast Twitter. So you know what? Hit us up. You can maybe get on the next episode. I don't know if you guess one of the next 2 audio clips that we're having from our 2 video game expert guests here.
So what you're saying is, if any of our fans had reached out over the past month, they could be being mentioned right now.
Yes,
But they're not because they're not reaching out.
I
Wow.
know, you're missing out
What
on
an
a golden
opportunity.
opportunity. This is the star right here. You could, like, Mario invincibility. You could be cemented in podcast glory. Anyways, I'm gonna throw it to our first audio break. This is a clip from Dan. Carson, take it away. Let's hear this clip.
So there was the lovely family of Wookiees from the Star Wars holiday special.
Dan, what the fuck was that? You're not invited back here. Okay, so as far as you guys are aware, our next segment is called Pitches, but I, however, am using my ability as host to enact a surprise segment called Pop Quiz Hot Shot.
Wait, what? Right now?
Yes, it's coming in right now.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to throw you off your game before your pitches. The rule of this one is you guys have 90 seconds to explain to me something. I'm going to tell you the rules in a second as soon as I bring up my phone.
Carson, you had a whole break to prepare this.
How did I not? Okay, so you guys have 90 seconds. And what I want you to explain to me is I want you to explain, and we'll start as soon as I don't know how the fuck my phone works.
You guys can't see this, but we're looking at Carson with extreme disgust.
Okay, you have 90 seconds, and I want you to explain to me the plot of the first 4 Transformers movies.
What?
Go.
That has
Isn't it the
okay.
same?
Wait,
It's
in
the
the-
same in every movie.
In
is
the
it
beginning,
not?
there was a cube.
Wait, okay, Andy's going first. There you go.
There was a cube, and it was important for some reason, and they wanted it. The Allspark.
Oh,
Yeah,
Allspark.
yeah, they need to
Allspark.
save Cybertron
and
or something like that.
Witwicky, he died and disappeared, and then he found the Allspark. No, wait, this is like the 4th movie.
Wait,
Oh,
and then
But
This
it's
is still the first
basically
one, I
it's
think.
basically the same plot for every movie.
Okay.
There's always something on Earth that
This makes it
saves
easier. How much time do we have?
Cybertron.
right, and some company came in and like had Megatron, and they were trying to do
No,
experiments
no,
on-
that's no. Okay, time out. Let's go from the start.
Okay, okay.
From the
35
beginning.
seconds through.
35? Okay, from the beginning.
There was a cube.
Oh shit.
That's the beginning of the first movie.
Okay, Bumblebee comes to protect Witwicky Man.
Because he has the glasses.
Because he has the glasses.
Glasses.
Because his ancestor saw the
Was it
The
Megatron in the Arctic?
yes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to kill him because he knows the truth of the Dinobots. Fucking
30
hell.
seconds left. You got
Autobots.
episodes 2, 3, 4.
Wait, Dinobots?
What happened
Autobots?
in 2, 3, 4?
He fights the Decepticons and
And the good guys win.
the Autobots.
The Autobots win.
No, wait. There's one little bit about the Decepticons take control over the Earth, and then they tell everyone to get rid of the Autobots
Oh,
because they'll destroy things
Yeah,
if they
they're
don't.
the bad guys. Yeah.
And then they don't, but then they pretend that they do, so they so they
And
come back,
that's-
and then they kill the Decepticons. Yeah, they kill the Decepticons.
That's time. I only wanted to bring that up because I just watched the 5th movie and I have no idea what happened through the first ones.
That's why I'm like sweating and
So
shit.
the IGN review said basically the same thing happens in every movie. That's why I said
Honestly, I don't remember. I can't refute that. Probably. I don't know.
Oh,
So the only reason I remember the beginning is because I remember as soon as they said in the beginning there was the cube,
Yeah.
I died laughing in the theater, and I think I ruined it for all my friends who saw it with me.
Andy, I think we were the only ones stressing about this little pop quiz.
Okay, so we're past that. Let's go on to our next segment. This is pitches.
How am I
This
gonna
is-
remember my pitch?
I'm pretty sure this is confirmed as our fan favorite segment. Everyone wants to hear this. It is pitches time. So
There is no Lord this month.
we're gonna start off with the idea this month is everyone has a video game that they're going to adapt into a movie. They're going to present us with their idea of how this should be presented into a movie. This is the best video game that you could ever present into a movie, and we are going to go first to Mr. Dan. to start
Hey,
us
yo.
off.
All right, hey yo! All right, everybody. My pitch involves the best video game ever made. What? The Witcher, of course.
Surprise.
And yeah, so for my pitch, the movie name would simply be The Witcher. The IP involved is, of course, the Witcher novel series by Andrei Sapkowski. I'm probably butchering that. Basically, just to give a really brief sort of background on what Witchers are, what they do. Witchers are basically professional monster slayers. In the Witcher world, there's many creatures of legend, like trolls, vampires, wraiths, werewolves, that sort of thing. Witchers are sort of like roaming samurai or ronin, basically wandering the land. You get paid to sort of kill monsters, that sort of thing. They're trained at so-called Witcher schools at a very young age. Basically, because of that and their incredible combat prowess, and finally they have a bit of magic, that sort of thing. One can see a strong similarity with the Jedi. Undoubtedly, Star Wars was a pretty big influence to Sapkowski. So for the genre, I'm picturing, it's pretty standard, I guess, an action adventure fantasy sort of thing in like a medieval setting. The director, come on, you got to go with Christopher Nolan, right? You got to go for the best.
It's a good thing
I feel like that's
changed mine.
cheating.
Is it really? Oh, okay. I mean, Wikipedia says he's
Hey,
like the
it'd
best.
be
so.
interesting to see Christopher Nolan's take on a medieval.
Why not Peter Jackson?
Oh,
Well, then it would just be silly, and you'd have like, oh, goodness gracious me, and
So
you
you
know.
want this
Wouldn't-
as a darker film that doesn't make sense from a plot perspective.
Pardon me.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa,
some
whoa, whoa!
serious-
Wait, Nolan? Really?
Our boy
Does it make
Chris?
sense?
Okay, keep going.
All right. So for just kind of a general theme, I'm picturing it won't be an origin story in kind of the usual sense, like the superhero origin stories. I'm thinking more like the main character Geralt, the eponymous Witcher. He will already be experienced and capable at the beginning. You'd have sort of like expository dialogue and flashbacks providing his background. I'm also picturing it very much as like a rated R, very adult. That
Oh.
is, in the games, you see there's like even
Yeah,
nudity,
that's
swearing, that
popular
sort of
these
thing.
days.
Yeah, and it's apparently
nudity is very popular
It's-
these
it's-
days. I can
it's the
concur. Sorry, can I pause really quick?
You may, sir.
I wanted to say your Christopher Nolan note. Go for the best.
Go for the best. Yeah.
That's why it's a cheat. It's just-
Cheat, huh? Okay. So getting into characters, we've got the protagonist, Geralt of Rivia, of course, the most famous of Witchers, always torn between moral shades of gray. And I'm thinking, as for casting, thinking of played by Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
That's a good one.
And for our audience who doesn't know him, he is.
He is of Jaime Lannister fame.
The Kingslayer.
The Kingslayer. Yes,
The
Kingslayer.
sword catcher.
Indeed.
Sorry.
Okay, actually, I have a couple options. Or Mads Mikkelsen, or my personal favorite, Ron Perlman. Okay, actually, that last one's a joke. I'm actually thinking of Coster-Waldau would probably be the most appropriate.
Okay.
And so for antagonist, I'm thinking of really there's two of them. There's a monster called Astriga, and the human who cursed her and caused her transformation into a monster. And for that human character, I'm thinking Aidan Gillen, if I'm saying that right.
Oh, she's
he's-
on
no,
Guardians
he-
of the Galaxy.
No.
Wait.
He is Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Also from Game of Thrones.
He's always a
that's
good
right.
bad guy.
He's always a good bad guy, indeed.
So what type of bad guy is he?
The sniveling weasel type who's
good at that.
basically
He's a Grima Wormtongue.
So what's
Indeed.
the story of this movie? What's
yeah.
happening?
Okay. So so getting into plot, I'm picturing sort of opening would be like a peasant or merchant traveling through the wilderness on their way to the city. It's midnight, and all of a sudden the traveler is attacked by a creature. And it's just he's about to be killed. Geralt leaps out of the wilderness and saves him and tells him, I'm a witcher. Sort of introduces that.
I'm a witcher.
Right on the nose.
Yeah, I'm a witcher. I kill monsters and save people. And then getting into the main plot, Geralt, he takes on a contract to lift the curse of a king's daughter, who was transformed into the Striga, into the monster, when she was a young girl. Part of being a witcher, mind you, is sort of getting into the investigation, finding out what kind of monster she is and the nature of the curse in order to lift it.
He's a magical medieval detective.
Yeah, there's some
All
Batman,
right. All right.
Batman mode. Or
I know nothing
whatever.
about Witcher, so this is
No,
this is good to
yeah,
know.
that's exactly it. And eventually we get to Geralt and his friends discovering that the Aiden guy responsible, he did it as a way to embarrass the king in order to get the throne for himself. And then finally we get the climax. We get Geralt having to deal with both the Striga and the evil steward guy. And there's a big fight with the monster, which ends inconclusively, followed by the confrontation with Stewart Boy and the rescue of his friends.
Does Littlefinger put up much of a fight?
No, he. What I'm thinking is, he ends up sort of running from the fight, and then the monster actually kills him
Oh, okay.
as he's fleeing, and then you have like kind of the defeat of the monster and the lifting of the curse after.
Okay, that's cool.
So my question here is, beyond the traditional story arc of big monster at the end and you're fighting them, what is the journey that our main character Geralt goes on throughout?
It's Geralt,
What do we-
actually.
Geralt.
It's a hard G.
So what?
Aside
what
from
comes
being like a
down
soldier
to
of fortune.
the journey that we go through, like you look at Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, and his journey has kind of become like an egotist, on to somebody who cares more about society. So like, what is his journey throughout this movie?
I think one of the big themes of this character is his constant struggle between like the lesser evil, and there's like a quote from the books and from the game. There's video games, obviously. That's why we're talking about this. And he's always trying to do, like it's very much a shade of gray, moral gray sort of thing. And he's always trying to do the lesser of the two evils.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely there would be like this moral conundrum presented.
So is it going to be? Does the audience ever get convinced that he could go more evil, or is it more like we understand that he's just trying to pick the
So the characters lived for about a century. Witchers like kind of basically don't age.
So he's kind of like jaded.
So he's very jaded, and he's always like he's holding back his demons. So yes, it's always like this struggle, and he's always like having to force himself to do good.
So do you have any scene in mind where it's like he shows how he could be evil, like maybe convinces the audience that like maybe.
Make a scene. Go.
Make a scene. Go. Okay, so he has the choice between whether to kill the monster. Like, so he's hired to either kill the monster or cure the monster, basically. Lift the curse. Turn her back into a little girl. So he could kill her, but then he decides to do the more difficult task of lifting the curse.
At great personal risk.
At great personal risk, because he has to spend a night with her, and it's extremely dangerous. And it's,
What?
so to
Like
live,
what
to,
kind
to,
of
to
night?
no, he has to prevent her from returning to her lair,
Oh.
which means distracting her. And,
with her.
he has to prevent her from returning to her lair, and he actually has to climb into her little sarcophagus himself to prevent her from doing that.
That's
Sounds
not a
really
euphemism.
weird.
Well, dude, I mean it's the life of Witcher.
Okay.
All right.
It's a tough translation to film, I will say. But I mean, like it's,
Perhaps. Okay, think of it this way: it's like Underworld, but just way better. Multiple movies.
Actually, no. I like
Well, it's
that.
Christopher Nolan,
I like
so
that.
All right. So all right, I'm gonna save my judgments till the end of this, but that's our first pitch. For our second one, I'm gonna go over to Mr. Andy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I kind of went off base. This is a game I'll be honest with you. It's for a game I have not played since middle school.
That's fine.
All right. It's for The Sims.
Oh,
The Sims. Yes.
Really?
So the movie is called Symposium. just because I wanted it to go that way.
It's a good restaurant, too.
Yeah. Only Canadians will get that.
Shout out. Those are our only viewers, man. I mean,
we have viewers?
listeners. A listener. Sorry.
So the idea was, at first I just had this really dumb idea, and I kind of started doing a little bit of research. And what I started to realize is the people who are into The Sims are super into The Sims. I found the weirdest comments and forums about people talking about how their Sims reacted to certain situations, whether they felt it went with the characters and stuff, and it just made it even better for me. So the idea is that this movie is someone comes in, this kid's about to start playing, and he accepts a beta update. He's selectively chosen. He gets this beta update, and a sim that he starts creating a world, and we start just only focusing on the world. So we don't really see the kid anymore, and what we start to see is this one sim who's like living his life, going through all the motions, starts to develop moral reasoning. So he starts to ask himself, I know I have to pee. Why do I have to have someone? Why do I have to have this like drive to push me there? Why do I have to wait for this like ethereal being to push me to go there? So then he starts questioning everything around him, everything that's going weird. He starts to push through all that, and he starts to try and recruit everyone around him. But he gets throughout the movie, he's just
Like
getting
the other Sims
Yeah,
to like
Sims.
resist this.
So
Yeah.
he realizes he's in a kind of like a fictional, like a
And he's the
forced
only one?
world.
No, so he doesn't realize he's in a fictional world. He just realizes that like he has a problem with this and no one else does.
He's the only one who sees
Yeah.
it.
A la Lego movie.
Yeah,
almost.
kind of.
A little bit.
Literally,
kind
yeah, like getting on that point.
No, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
completely different.
Also, World on a Wire and 13th Floor.
Oh, sorry, Carson.
Those German movie fans.
So with him, he's just trying to convert everybody. He's trying to turn everybody, just trying to make everyone understand. Like and what we were talking about, like one of the best scenes in my mind. One of the best scenes would be when he's like talking to someone and he says, you have to do this. Why are you waiting? And this is this struggle, this really stupid conversation of like, yeah, I know I have to pee. I have to wait. But why? And I think that we can all relate on a certain level of this, like, okay, if you know you have to do it, why don't you do it?
This is like a very existential.
It's kind of what I was going for, to be honest. Yeah. So that's how the movie progresses. He's trying to inform the others. It gets a little morbid because all of a sudden, the user is getting very upset that his Sims aren't listening anymore. Tries to drown him in a pool. He's trying to get out. Yeah, it's getting.
I had a feeling it was going that way. I had a feeling someone was gonna die like that.
Yeah, does he die? Or
So-
does he?
like a
or I
side
guess
character,
You haven't
maybe.
got there yet.
No,
perhaps?
So what's your tone of the movie here? Like, is this just like conversations the whole time? Like, is there suspense?
It's like a
What's it
drama.
working towards?
I'd say it's a bit of a drama. There is some action, but it's more focused on the struggle of trying to resist what's happening to you.
This
Right?
is cool.
So the idea is that, even with the struggle of trying to get out, he needs to, he starts to realize I need to reach out to the other Sims, and the only way to do that is there's this thing that controls everyone, and it's the mouse pointer.
Yeah.
So
The cursor.
and he
Sure.
has to latch on to the mouse pointer so he can
So he can physically wait. He can't see it.
no, he can see it.
He can see the mouse pointer.
Well, the
moving.
mouse pointer is everywhere. Mouse pointer is what pulls them. That's the
But they
ethereal
just
being.
accepted all this time.
That's
and
all they've known,
Yeah.
and they've never
I
questioned
see.
it until now.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do you have some casting for us? Do you have an ending?
I do have an ending. He actually hangs on to the mouse pointer as the user just quits the game,
Mm.
right?
And he gets out.
And what the user does is reports the beta, just like everybody else does.
Reports it
they-
as a bug.
as a bug. They take it out, but he's still there, and that's how it ends.
I see shades of Tron mixed with the Lego movie, plus like Requiem for a Dream.
Yep.
So something that Paulo brought up was similarities to the Lego movie, and
Mhm.
I think what really drove the Lego movie was Chris Pratt as the main character, as like a really relatable character. So who's
I'm
your
just
main
gonna put my
character?
thumb over Chris Pratt over here. I had
No, that's fine. That's
I had
actually-
Chris Pratt or Nathan Fillion, to be honest.
Oh,
Nathan
that's a
Fillion,
good one.
holy
Yeah, because
shit.
Chris Pratt, I think he's very relatable, but I think Nathan Fillion will have a better tone as like when he's upset and he's like just trying to get through to you and he feels like you're stupid.
I really
So
like
you
that
have a
you
bit of
picked
a
Nathan
comedic tone
Fillion.
here.
Oh yes, there's a very dark comedy. That's why the
It's
director.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have David Fincher for the director.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted that Fight Club vibe. Like it's a very dark comedy, and there's something to take away.
Intriguing.
Yes.
He's really playing to the judge here.
Yeah. Yeah. Musical style. This one was a little bit weird, but John Hughes, because the Sims has like really weird kind of music, like
Can
really
you give an
cheesy.
example?
No.
Okay.
Just
All
like
right, then.
cheesy 80s music, like just very like cheesy like elevator music that would be from the 80s. Because The Sims was
Okay.
So
really
it's very much
Yeah.
matching
Yeah.
The Sims.
Yeah.
exactly yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. Just to stay true to the game.
So it's almost like what's that movie? It was like Pleasantville or something like that, where it's like when they're in the world, it's so.
I think it was
perfect
actually-
and
Right.
similar, and then like he's trying to like almost get out of this. So
Mhm.
it's like that type of way.
Exactly right. Like he can be complacent. The idea is like there's complacency and apathy, but can you really live up to that, right? Like, are you not gonna just say something? Are you not gonna get frustrated when no one sees your point of view or nobody wants to take that?
So what about the struggle in this movie? Like, what is the climax, or who's the villain? Is the villain the main the user in real life, and who plays that person?
So the villain actually is the it would be the user. I actually put the kid from Modern Family, Nolan Gould.
Don't know,
Yeah.
but
Just
I'm
just
sure
like a young
people
kid, just a young kid. Who's
he's
just
the one
game.
playing.
Yeah, just little things like you don't really see him, and that's kind of like the
So
audience.
is there a villain in the game then?
The only other villains are the other characters who won't believe him.
Who are like resisting.
Yeah, we're
his-
just like just leave it alone.
Yeah,
Like, why do
you
you have to
like
do
a,
it?
a main character? Like, is it his wife, who it's like is like very similar to? Is it someone else? Like,
I just kind of had everyone in general because what happens when you make the characters in The Sims, from what I remember and what I was reading online, you make a bunch of people and then more people will show up. Their neighbors show up, a community shows up. So you have a bunch of people. So what I had written down actually was a side character would be Riff Raff, played by Riff Raff.
Oh my god.
Because kids, people make random celebrities. They make whatever. So I just to add that little bit of fun, like things like that.
River.
He's a rapper.
I
Okay.
I understand it
That's
enough.
why.
He's barely a rapper.
Have you seen Spring Breakers?
Yes.
Okay, James Franco.
Yes.
He's
Riff Raff,
he's a
you-
caricature
Yeah.
of Riff Raff.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Very different.
Oh,
pitches
that's
so
cool.
Far. Now we're gonna go over to our third pitch with Paulo. Take it away.
I have a very straight arrow pitch. So the game I picked was The Last of Us, which is one of my all-time favorite video games. It was almost kind of cheating because it's almost a movie in itself. So basically, it's a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has been like decimated by this virus, which turns people into like fungus monsters. Zombies, not quite zombies. Bless you. Not quite zombies, but they're like it's a fungus that like takes over the mind, and then like over time the fungus grows over the people and they become less human, and they hunt through echolocation rather than sight. So we started. What should I start with? Oh shit! I almost spilled my beer on the equipment. Okay, so basically we have the main character Joel and his smuggler partner Tess. Oh shoot! Time out.
Oh, time out.
Sorry, Joel, who is the main character. It starts off with a flashback. It's back before, like, the very first night of the outbreak. Him and his daughter Ellie his daughter Ellie is at home by herself, and she's just like chilling, and then like the outbreak happens, and then she's seeing like clues of the outbreak, like explosions in the near distance, like news reports, and then Joel comes home and he's like in a panic, her dad, and he's like, oh, we gotta get out of here. So he takes her, and then they go and they run and they meet up with his brother Tommy, and then they see the devastation of the infected people as they're driving through the city. They get out, and then they reach a quarantine area where like a soldier is like, guys, you can't go past here, and he's like carrying his daughter, but he's like, we're not sick, and then he shoots at them, and he kills Joel's daughter. And he fights back and he kills the soldier, and then that's the flashback. Like he loses his daughter in the very beginning of the movie. Flash forward 20 years later, or however long time, Joel has become a smuggler with his partner Tess, and they get this mission from sorry, oh my god, I have so many thoughts that I have to put them in order. Joel he's become a smuggler, and he's living in this world now where they're like in walled communities where like the military is like they have like an iron grip on them because like they have to keep the infection out. So he's a smuggler with his partner Tess. it's like obvious that they're like a very close. They have a very close relationship.
It's like romantic.
No, not quite. They're just like really good friends ish. Maybe like bordering on romantic. And then they get this this mission from the leader of a rebel group called the Fireflies, who are like actively resisting the like quote unquote government, or like the military, who's like in control of everything, and are also trying to find a cure. They get this mission to smuggle this young girl named Ellie out of the city to the main base of the Fireflies, where they can like, well, it's revealed later that she's immune, and they can do tests on her, like to find a cure for the disease. So I think that's the meat of the plot, right? So where should I go next?
What's the main, like, if you think of the journey of the main character, what's their journey throughout that movie?
So his thing is that like Ellie, the little girl that he's supposed to smuggle, she's so close. Like he sees so much of his daughter in Ellie that he's like struggling the whole way through to like open up to her, or like not like just be nice and like be a father figure, because it's like it's the father daughter dynamic that he's like struggling with, and he's kind of stuck with her because in the very first, like as they're trying to escape from the city, Tess, his partner, she gets bitten, and she's like, this is my dying wish, like you have to take Ellie to the rest of the way because I really believe in this. So like he's stuck with her, and then that allows the relationship to build throughout like their travels to the Fireflies.
All right, so what's your tone of the movie? Is it something similar to The Road, where it's very dark and you see a very dark post-apocalyptic?
Not quite The Road. Like I thought of that, but it was more of like a horror adventure. Like is
there gonna be moments where we see like, oh shit, it's the end of the world? It's really really bad.
Yes, like okay. So on that note, I picked Guillermo del Toro as the director because I really wanted like the monsters to be fleshed out, like really scary. So I want it to be like a serious horror film, but at the same time, like I wanted him to develop the characters as like father daughter, and they have to like get through this business. So it's a lot of action, and it's like tense horror. It's not like jump scares.
So with Guillermo del Toro, what are your monsters? What
So the infected are like I said, it's a fungus that the more you're exposed to it, the more the fungus takes over your body and you become less human. So like it grows on you, and you're like you just become like a beast that like clicks. Like
Guillermo will figure it out, right?
Yeah. they click to navigate in the dark, and like they don't see anything. Like the longer they're exposed.
The sound.
Yes.
They make.
Yeah.
So there's like the first encounter where Tess gets bitten. They're like in a subway station, and they have to like sneak through, and that's like it's like a really tense horror rather than like just everything running at you. So so that's what the monsters are like. And then the main antagonist is actually like, because it's a post-apocalyptic world, there's like people that have become like that are living outside of the law, and they're like cannibals, and they're just like trying to their main motivation is to like rob and eat them.
What's your rating on this movie?
It's rated hard R.
Oh, wow.
It's I realize there's like a lot of, it's very close to Logan in like certain what's it
Like the survival.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, as soon as you said you were going with that option, I was thinking Logan, but it became very different.
Yes. So like I made like a conscious effort to like steer away from Logan. But it's sorry, let's go straight to the ending. The ending, like after all this like trouble, Joel's like opened up to this girl because they've been through so much, and then at the very end he finds out that to create the cure, the Fireflies have to kill this girl and like take her like harvest her basically. And at the very end he fights, like he kills them, and he fights to break her out of the lab that he's worked so hard to bring her to. And it's basically just to keep her with him. It's like so he's basically in essence he's
dooming humanity.
Yes,
in a
he's
sense?
dooming humanity to
Yeah.
just to keep this girl with him.
Okay.
And that's the end.
This is a really tough decision here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give 30 seconds for each pitch for the two people whose pitch it wasn't to say what was bad and horrible about it. So, the same order, I'm going to give Paulo and Andy 30 seconds to critique Dan's pitch.
Wait, what?
Go.
Wait, what?
You're going to
what are
say
you doing?
what's wrong with Dan's. You're fighting for
'Cause you want-
survival here. You're fighting for
Oh,
your pitch to be
right.
the best.
Okay.
So, I want you 30 seconds say what you don't like about the other people's pitch. We're going to start with Dan. So, Paulo and Andy, what do you think was bad about Dan's pitch?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
This is like
We're
you're-
Canadian. This is going to be too hard to be
I
in front of
know
each other's faces.
you're a terrible
10
person.
seconds already gone.
We all want to see a David Fincher comeback. Not Nolan, so I don't
Not
know.
about yours, about
Okay.
his.
I don't like what. How big is the Witcher fan base really? You know,
And like the film,
That's part of the strength to
Yeah.
it.
what?
Dude, it's not
It's
just some
huge?
boring rehash of stuff people already know.
but I feel like if you have to be a fan to want to go see the movie is my only thing. Right?
I don't know,
Like,
it's- it
But
sounds a
then-
lot
but then
like
you
the
can't
Scorpion
develop,
King.
Then you can't develop these preconceptions like we were talking
All right,
about
and
before.
now critique Andy's.
All right,
What?
all right. Sims, boring. Who cares? Philosophical stuff.
Dan was ready.
Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see that.
I
All
mean,
right? People want badass action, rated R shit.
psychological
Alright?
horrors are like interesting to us, like dark comedies. But I don't know if there's like a huge audience for that. You know.
Dude,
All right,
the
and
indie
critique
film.
Paulo's now.
I already saw that with Will Smith.
What?
Similar movie. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
how
It's
many,
like-
how many
Which
zombie,
one?
No,
dude,
what's the
zombie stuff?
Zombies?
Who cares anymore?
Zombies are awesome.
Oh, I Am Legend, right?
I Am Legend.
I'm
very
Legend,
similar to I Am
exactly.
Legend.
All right, already been done, man.
I mean, instead of a girl, it was a dog.
Boring.
That's a reach.
I'm trying, man. That's all I got.
I'm fighting back. That's all it is.
Watch The Walking Dead if you want something better.
Okay, that hurts. As a fan of The Walking Dead, that hurts.
All right, so good segment, everyone. We need to pick a winner. The winner is everyone for hearing all your pitches.
Wait.
I'm just kidding. Andy wins.
Yay!
All right, and back to Paulo to introduce the audio break for the next segment here.
All right, so I'm still pretty sour about that last segment, so I'm gonna half-ass this this audio pitch. Andy, I hate you. Here's your stupid clip. What is it? Give us a little intro to your shitty clip.
This is the best movie from the 90s with a white male protagonist and his black sidekick who try to get through the day.
First to defy me, then you mock my hair? You're dead!
All right, so that was Andy's clip. Just a reminder, tweet us or DM me on Instagram if you think you know what that was.
What's
and
that
if you
Twitter
wanna
and
be a
Instagram
guest.
tag already?
At Paulo versus the World, VS, not versus. Anyways, so we're going straight into our next segment, our second last segment. We're doing the speed round, all right? So what we did before was we had our pitches, where we turned video games into movies. We're flipping the script. We're turning movies into video games. So I have 4 genres of video games, and we have Dan, Andy, and Carson making these movie worlds into these video games. So for example, we have like a party game, and we could turn the movie This Is the End, where it's the end of the world, into a party game. I don't know how you would do that, but this is what we're doing. All right, so let's start. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're starting with Carson. The first genre. Kick it off, Carson. We're doing an open world game, kind of like a Grand Theft Auto.
All right, it's Demolition Man. You're gonna get fines every time your character swears. You're gonna have the ability to check what swears you choose. Your
Is it like a
characters.
mic?
How is this an
No,
open
no, it's
world
open
game?
world, and like you know how an open world game like GTA or Witcher, whatever,
Yeah.
you're always like against the authority. In this one, you're gonna be with
Are
the
you?
authority, which is the police, but they're completely inept. They have no idea what they're doing. You're gonna be helping them. It's gonna be a detective movie, and it's gonna be in that weird Demolition
Right.
Man type future.
Right, and there's seashells.
And you're
And
gonna
there's
have no
seashells.
seashells.
You have
There's
to
gonna
nerd-
be
yeah, you have to
an
know how to use
entire scene about the seashells.
All right, Andy, go.
Inception.
Inception.
Yeah, so you have what you
Nice.
do is you accept all the missions to go about. You can explore the world as much as you want, but you're going to accept a mission to incept someone. You go in with a team and you get to choose how your person decides to make the dream for them. You can go further and further down. You keep exploring the worlds that they make for you.
This sounds very complicated.
I
can't even
Almost
say
like
the
the
word.
Okay.
How do you make this intuitive for the casual gamer?
So you don't actually you don't build the levels that you're going into. So when you choose
The
a mission,
architect does.
Yeah, the architect. Right? So
Sounds
thank you.
too
Couldn't
complicated,
remember.
Andy. Come on.
So the architect will give you a choice of like, do you want to do like let's say a medieval world, corporate world, futuristic world? You can go within that, and if you're
I don't want
failing,
I don't want too many choices, man.
that's open world.
This is interesting.
True.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
This is good. All right.
Dan.
All right. Lord of the Rings trilogy. All right. Pretty obvious why this would be cool. You got a Skyrim type game with playable races like elves, dwarves, and the Entwives, of course. You're able to visit iconic locations such
Because
as the Shire.
everyone knows the Entwives.
Of course, dude, you got and then they can be found, right?
That much
And
Yes.
you get to visit the Shire and Minas Tirith. Fucking cool.
What do you?
I feel
Alright.
like in an open world type game, you need characters that progress and like power up, and you
Sure.
advance part of the map. I think yours is really good for like Middle Earth is really good for discovering other parts of the map, but it's like how do you power up as a character?
You gain experience and you level up, just like Skyrim.
Sorry,
How
just
is-
to,
how
just
is-
to throw this in, this is a debate for each genre. I'm picking the best for each one. So fight.
I feel like Demolition Man. It's like it's something different. And always in the open world, it's always you versus the world, and I think this is like you with the world, and I think that's something new that you can bring to the genre.
Time out. I'm already leaning towards Demolition Man, so I want to hear from Andy and Dan. You guys have to fight it out.
So with Inception, one of the nice things, and especially with open world games just like Skyrim, there's a lot of room for user mods because you can create a mission, you can create the worlds, and you can give people the opportunity to go through them.
Okay.
It's endless.
It's not a pay to win though, right?
No,
Yeah,
just
we
keep
don't
going.
want to pay to win scheme, right?
No, not
All right,
at
well, come on, Lord of the Rings trilogy. Come on, guys,
That
that should just win it right
But
there.
who has the time to play as an end?
So I want to bring up. You remember in GTA how every restaurant is the Taco
You're
Bell?
right, they walk really
In
damn
Demolition
slow.
Man, every restaurant is a Taco Bell.
Wait, what was that? Wait, Taco
In the
Bell? Who
Demolition-
cares?
Well, in the Demolition Man universe, every restaurant is a Taco Bell.
But no, I thought it was Pizza Hut.
It depends.
It
Depends
depends on
which version of the movie.
the
All
R-rated
right.
or the PG-13. Okay, we're moving on to the. I'm cutting that off. I'll give you my results after the segment. We're moving on to a beat 'em up type game. If you remember the original Ninja Turtles game, it's like a side scroller where you just fight endless amounts of.
It's an amazing game.
Yes, it is an amazing game. Endless amounts of the
Of the
Shredder
Foot
Clan.
Shredder,
Foot
the
Clan.
Foot the Foot Clan.
Pardon
Yeah.
me. Anyways, beat 'em up. We're starting with let's go reverse. Damn.
All right, okay, guys, no question here. John Wick.
Ooh.
All right, and actually, I have right here, classic, just like the TMNJ beat 'em up. You play as the good old JW fighting through hordes of mobsters and assassins, just because who needs a plot with a
Because
beat 'em
he
up.
killed your dog. That's why.
Yeah, well, there's that, but I mean that's not much of a plot, of course. So who cares about the plot? Then we have a bonus level that takes place in the Continental. Level starts with a guy who raises his arms and says, "Wait, there are rules, no killing." To which you reply by blowing his face off.
Oh.
And then the
what?
level proceeds as normal with hordes of bad guys for you to kill.
I feel like that was a little missed up for me, but we'll move on to Andy. He's like he has to follow the rules of the whole.
But that's the whole point, is that nobody follows the rules.
all right. Andy, go.
I don't know if it's cheating, but the man with the iron fist.
Oh my goodness!
You're going to be fighting hordes of different tribes.
Did you guys know I was gonna be judging this?
No, not at all. But I mean, who doesn't love a
should've
Wu-Tang
thought of
movie?
that.
You can have other characters come in. You can have all sorts of rap references, and not to mention just like different tribes, different people. You can fight. Russell Crowe as a bad guy. I think it's great. I think I'd just end it there.
With the knife revolver.
For mine, I was going to go Judge Dredd. Every category is
That's
a
a good
different
one.
apartment building that you're working your way up. You're eventually going to find the boss at the top of the apartment level, and you're just fighting your way up to the top of the apartment level. I think what you want as a fighter game is you want different types of levels. You want an interesting character in yourself, and I think that's what you can get with Judge Dredd. Is you have a really cool, awesome character. You have different judges that you can fight with, but at the same time, you always have a different apartment level, different part of town that you can fight with.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Okay. Let's go straight into the next one. The next genre is I think I can slow down a bit because we've been going really fast. The next one is real-time strategy game. Oh God, sorry, English is my second language. Real-time strategy game, a la StarCraft, Warcraft. I don't know.
Yeah,
any others,
those
to be
are
honest.
pretty much the most well known.
Yeah. So let's start with Andy.
So I went kind of a weird direction with it, and I chose Fight Club.
Oh.
So you kind of work as a get.
Huh?
Yeah, you're Tyler Durden. You're trying to build up the amount of people, like the resources that you have. You try to get as many followers as you can. Try to take over some stations.
Like that chunk of the movie, which was just about his like army of
Exactly.
of people.
I forget
Creating
what
chaos.
Exactly. And
Right.
what you're doing is you're spreading that chaos. So you're getting people. You're trying to take key zones, like political zones, so that you can have people who are putting laws in your favor. A little bit of Civ is in there too, because what you want to do is you want to influence people. You want to build bases and structures, and you really want to attack certain.
What
places.
type of structures do you build? Like I know in the beginning, like
So you-
they have that house that they get their like
Yeah.
little disciples to create.
Yeah, you
Yep.
infiltrate. So what you do is you'll take over a government building, and what you'll do is you'll have your people in there as the politicians who are working in your
Well, they
favor.
start as like toilet clean, as like janitors.
Exactly.
Right?
That's where they start, and then they end up just harassing everyone and just trying to take over with like bribing them, because they're just trying to get stuff done, trying to change the world.
Interesting one.
Interesting indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna mix it up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Carson, next.
Okay, so I'm excited about this one. This one is about the 1970s film The Warriors. This is about a post-apocalyptic film where people take over, we'll say New York in this example, but it's about a city where post-apocalyptic gangs take over a city. For example, one of the gangs is a group of clowns who are dressed as baseball
Warriors.
players.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Sorry, that went
So
right over my head.
the plot of the kind of the game here is there are different gangs in various parts of the city. The map is the city, and you are trying to take over your gang for the entire city. So you're starting off like you're trying to take over certain businesses. You're trying to collect like your certain racket of getting profit, security money, as they would say, and then you're trying to work that up
Protection
to. Eventually, you're going to get gang wars when you eventually run into somebody else in the map. So it's going to be you're going to have the really
How would
weird,
other
awesome.
players? How would you play with multiplayer?
You have different characters, so you have certain people who are good at the economics, like they got to go run down to like your local restaurant to like beat them down for money and to get give them protection money. But then you also have to have your certain like heavy art characters who can fight with the other gang characters. So you have a lot of different characters. You have really unique characters, and you're fighting in a city environment as opposed to something like StarCraft where it's like an empty map and just like a landscape and something like that. So it's kind of a unique twist
I
on
think
the
that's a bit
RTS
of a
strategy.
simplification on StarCraft. But that's
Fuck off, Dan.
And on that note, Dan, your turn.
all right. Well, mine is of course Independence Day.
Oh.
As the humans, you build up your base, your aircraft, you recruit pilots for said aircraft, use your forces to destroy alien attackers while simultaneously sending a hijacked alien fighter up to take out the mothership. All right.
That seems very linear.
So anyway, as the aliens, you build up forces and wipe out the pathetic humans, which requires beefing up your cybersecurity in case some asshole human decides to infect your ships with a virus.
Jeff Goldblum.
all right.
That pesky Jeff Goldblum.
That's right. Must go faster. Must go faster.
Yeah. Do you have only 2 races?
Actually, no. There's a third, other alien race that shows up
That
that
you
you
take
get.
into account the sequel to Independence
Maybe
Day?
I am.
I think the fact that you've brought in Independence Day Resurgent into this has just completely wiped yours off the map here.
Not,
It's
not
just-
to mention humans and then 2 different types of aliens. Kind of reminds me of another RTS that we are.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that one on the table, though.
You're a
thinking
good
long
man.
enough. The RTS category is very much in the air. I'm going to throw that out right now. So, the next one, we're doing a simulator game.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this one.
Oh! Okay. So
You
it's
went
like
first last time.
basically The Sims, but it's The Sims, but based on a movie universe. So let's see. I started with everyone once already. Carson's asking me if to start with him, so I'm going to start with Dan.
All right, great. Well, I've got the Fast and the Furious, the first one.
simulator.
That's right, the first
Okay.
one. So basically, you run your own outlaw street racing gang.
So this is the Fast and the Furious, only the first
One,
one.
only the first one, because that's the best one.
The Rock is not in this one.
That's correct.
Ooh, that's
So
a down.
basically, what you race and manage your car shop by day, you hijack trucks by night. And as a bonus, because remember at the very beginning of the movie, of course they hijack the truck and steal all the electronics, right? And as a bonus, you'd have a great simulation of a crummy diner with undercover cops always showing up and ordering tuna sandwiches and flirting with the server.
Wait a second, is this Triple X or this is Fast and Furious?
All right, I guess that went over your heads, but at the beginning of Fast and Furious, Paul Walker is always going, because he's on a cover, right? He's always going to their diner, which is, I guess, their front.
Okay.
And he's always flirting with Mia or whatever,
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's sister, right? He's always ordering tuna sandwiches.
Oh,
anyway, all right, best idea, guys.
Rest in peace
Pretty
to my
awful
street
idea.
cred for not knowing the first Fast and Furious. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Andy, you're next.
All right. Sorry,
Carson, you don't need another advantage.
You're not gonna get to go, Carson. This is the best one. So, what we're gonna do is a night at the Roxbury.
What?
Yes. So what you're gonna get to do, it's kind of like almost like Roller Coaster Tycoon in a way. You're gonna build up your own club. So you find a street corner, you find a little building, you open it up, you start to get people to come in. First, you're gonna get, you're not gonna have the greatest security. You're gonna have some riffraff come in because I talked about riffraff before. But this is in the '90s, no one knew him. So everyone's
Carson
coming in.
doesn't even
know him now.
Exactly.
Neither do I.
So you're gonna have a lot of issues in the beginning. And you guys figure out ways to make money, and the more successful you get, you can get more celebrities to come in. You can hire relevant '90s bands to come in and perform in your club to get more people in there. It's gonna be just '90s nostalgia throughout.
Yeah, Pearl Jam.
Exactly.
They make a great club music.
I was thinking more Prozac, but that's my style. But yeah, you're gonna have everyone come in, and eventually, what your whole point is to overtake the Roxbury.
The Roxbury is like the final boss.
Exactly. You
Okay.
want to be bigger than the Roxbury. You want Johnny Depp to show up at yours.
Interesting. Okay, what is there like any expansion? It's just purely nightclub. Like, how do you make that like? Where do you get the replay value out of that?
Because what you can do is decide to change what kind of club you have. So maybe on the same street as the Roxbury, everybody's kind of has this theme of going out dancing at night. You can kind of change it up on the themes, right? So
Okay.
you can decide maybe I want to introduce thrash metal in this neighborhood, and so you're going to bring that in. Punk rock ska was very big back in the day.
Okay, I can see that. Last but not least, sorry, you good?
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Last but not least, Carson.
Okay, so I wanted to go first here because I thought I was going to have the same idea everyone else has, which is the obvious idea, which is Jurassic Park. And if you've never played the game Dino Park Tycoon, you know that this is the greatest idea that resulted in a terrible video game, and it's you build your own dinosaur park. They had this game, but it was way too focused on economics, on ticket prices and whatnot, and they're going to do this, but at the end of the day, we just want to build a park where you can put your own dinosaurs in it. This is not going to be the inevitable result of any Jurassic Park or Jurassic World video where everyone escapes. You just want to build that Jurassic, that whole park where everyone wants to go to, where you have your Tyrannosaurus Rex at one side and all the other dinosaurs at the other side.
You want to do it properly
Yes,
where John
I want
Hammond
to do
couldn't.
the Jurassic Park where you build a successful, economically viable theme park. And
Yeah, how come this game hasn't been made?
it was made as Dino Park Tycoon, but it was
But it was
terrible.
bad.
You always
I'm
lost
sure they
within
couldn't-
1 year, and everyone. It
Oh,
was like,
that's-
how long could you build the park before it ran out of money? Because it was the hardest game ever. But all I want to do is build a game where it's actually possible to build a park full of dinosaurs, and you will manage all the
So
concessions, all the
can you
visitors.
win? Can you beat this game, or does it just sort of?
You win the game with the amazing graphics of having great dinosaurs and great.
So there's no. Basically, I'm asking like, there's no end. Like there's no point where it's like you win, or
Is it like operating in the green? and
You
then you're
keep
done?
going until people get tired of your
Because
park. I
You're
guess.
always
'Cause
under the
that's-
threat of your dinosaurs breaking out. So you're like, how long can I keep this? How many risks
So you
can
have
I
to
take?
balance like
Yeah.
a
Because
good
the
part with
reason
like
I asked-
security.
Because if you want to be economically successful, you have to take risks. You have to, maybe have a little sacrifice in the
say that you
security of your park.
succeed.
But at what point do all your dinosaurs escape and eat all your visitors? You don't know, but you have to balance that throughout the game.
fair
Okay. I think we have enough time to do a fifth surprise genre, which is the party game. I know this is the hardest one, so I left it for last. I don't know how good you guys are gonna do.
Terrible idea. But I was thinking.
I guess Dan's going first.
Sorry, Paulo. I just jumped in there.
That's fine, go ahead.
Terrible idea, but I was briefly thought of Clue. You know
Party game.
the movie Clue. It's like
Interesting. Sell it to me.
That's what I mean. I don't think I can.
All right.
It's like a big party. Everybody's you're trying to figure out who's the murderer and what weapon they used, and it's a
So-
big party.
So basically, this is a clue.
Touche, sir.
Okay. All right.
for this.
Oh.
Let's go. It's Quidditch. It's Harry Potter. It's it's a sports game, and you get to play as each individual player, and you also have somebody who's in the stands, and they get to do magic to throw the sports games off, because that's what you're missing in a sports game. You have
You're
audience
missing
interference.
magic in a sports game.
Yeah,
The
you're missing
audience,
magic
the
in a sports
audience
game.
influencing stuff with magic.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have somebody as the goalkeeper, one person's off doing their own thing as a snitch. What's it
Snape.
called?
It's called a snitch.
The snitch, yeah.
Oh,
and then,
sorry.
So you have like
So
the
it's the
snitch is
worst
a
party
playable
game ever.
character.
Everyone is doing their own thing and no one is interacting.
All right, Andy,
That's
this is
fine,
your
yeah.
chance to steal the whole segment.
Well, okay, I feel like it's a cop out because you got to take a movie that no one really gives a shit about the characters, but Sausage Party,
Oh,
because you have all these like
this is a good start, Andy.
grocery items. You can just choose whatever character you want and play all sorts of little mini games the whole time. So you can do milk bag tosses, melon bowling. They can attack each other with knives, Super Smash Brothers style. Doesn't really matter. You can make it as gory as possible if you want. You can literally do anything that you want with this game.
I have no
Interesting.
problem with saying Andy won that round.
Indeed.
Actually, let's flesh this one out a little bit. Dan.
Oh boy.
Okay, Carson.
Yeah.
So you have different magical spells you can do? Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, what about different things in the universe of Harry Potter? So not just Quidditch.
No, it's just Quidditch.
Okay.
Are you're trying to lose this one?
It's just Quidditch.
All right. I'm gonna deliberate for. Give me like. How much time do I have? Give me about 15 seconds. I'm gonna think about this one.
What do you guys think is the worst video game movie ever?
Worst
While
video game.
Paulo thinks about this, we'll have a side
In the name of the
conversation.
king, Dungeon Siege story.
I don't even see that as a video game movie because
It's
I
a
don't
tie between
know.
any Uwe Boll movie ever.
I feel like the Mario is the obvious answer, but I almost
I-
respect
well,
it for its bold ambition.
You're right. I didn't want to say that in respect of Andy here.
It's okay. I teach their own, right? Like it is what it is.
All right. Deliberation complete.
It's Mortal Kombat, by the way.
Okay, let's start with open world. I went with. It was a tie. I have like 3 ties. I'm a huge. I'm a little bitch. It's a tie between Lord of the Rings and Demolition Man. So Demolition Man, I know there's not like a huge cult follow. I'm sorry, Andy.
That's okay.
There's not a huge cult following behind Demolition Man, but I mean, just the fact that you are the Demolition Man, like, I can't even explain it. It's just like it's like a. It's
just
like
so-
a. It's
so
like
badass.
It's like a weird. It's, I guess it's the
I feel like that's
definition of
more
cult
a
classic.
plus for the movie than it is my idea.
No, but the thing is, like, it's, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's Grand Theft Auto. So I'm gonna stick with Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, Carson.
The Entwives did it, right?
Because I don't think there has been a open world Lord of the Rings game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's been an MMO, but
Yeah.
not a single player.
Yeah,
Which is what I was.
which I would be
what
very
was my
interested
idea.
That's
Yeah.
So the second we have a beat 'em up. I went with a tie between John Wick and the Man with the Iron Fist. Man with the Iron Fist because it's just like who wouldn't want to get a Wu-Tang beat 'em up? Like seriously, and also John Wick. I think it's the perfect. You know what? Sorry, Dan. Now that I think about it again, it's kind of generic because like, it's like a.
It's just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
It's
line.
guys beating up guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is like no
I'll
offense to
give
you.
you that.
Like,
I'll give you that.
You were right there. The next one was the open. Oh, sorry, real-time strategy game. This was a hard win for the Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Carson, you took that one like by a landslide. I should note that Independence Day was like a close second.
Really?
You just said he won by a landslide, though.
Landslide with a close.
Yeah, it was holding on to the rocks that are falling down the mountain.
Gotcha.
And I think it's a 3-way tie, right? At the
I
moment.
believe so.
I'm just gonna forget that we did party game, and for the simulator, the tiebreaker. I'm sorry, I had to take Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
Boring.
With a close second to The Night at the Roxbury, just straight off its originality.
Emilio.
But yeah, so that was our speed round, which took quite a long time for a speed round. But so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go through our panel of experts and see what movie you're looking forward to in the near future. Would anyone like to start? Let's say Carson.
So I'm gonna go with a movie called Ghost Story. This is a movie with Rooney Mara and Casey Affleck about someone experiencing how those around him go on with their lives after he dies. And he's in this like Charlie Brown type ghost Halloween outfit where it's just like a blanket over him with the two eyes cut out, and he's kind of going around, walking around, and he's still there while all his loved ones are going on with their lives.
Wait, like that's actually what?
No, that's actually the movie. It was a hit at the Sundance Film Festival. The entire thing is filmed in like a 3:4 aspect ratio, which seems like a home video type thing. It seems very interesting of like just like a way to go through that type of experience and kind of experience how you want to like go beyond death and beyond life in terms of how you want to go through your life and what the impact of your life is beyond your own death. And so it's just like there's so many ambitious topics with that movie that it's just I'm very much looking forward to what it is. It could be a pretentious piece of shit, but I feel like it's interesting enough that I'm very much looking forward to it.
Thank you, cerebral Carson. Let's flip it over to Dan. I don't think we've gone in this direction yet.
That sounds good to me. The movie I'm most looking forward to would be The Dark Tower. Idris Elba, he's super badass. I love the man. You have Matthew McConaughey as the villain. To me, that seems just really interesting because, I mean, I've never seen a movie where he's been the bad guy, so that just seems kind of cool. And finally, I'm curious about the actual, the story and the world and the universe of Stephen King's novels because I've never read them.
So any of them.
Pretty much.
So, Andy?
I'm going to say Spider-Man Homecoming, only because it's the first with the new Spider-Man actor. And I always feel like they do the first one pretty good, or at least I enjoy them.
Before they give up?
Exactly. Usually the second one, they're trying too hard, and then the third one is like, why are we still here? So the first one's usually good. Like, I enjoyed the first one.
I would actually put Spider-Man 2 with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero movies of all time.
Oh, wow. You also hated Super Mario Brothers movies, so I'm not really going to trust you.
Okay.
This is a good fight for next episode, by the way.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be fun, and like Robert Downey Jr. is in it too, so a little bit more funny. I think it'll be a good touch. Yeah.
I think they learned by adding some star power to the new Spider-Man. I guess I'm gonna throw it to myself. Hey, Paulo, what are you looking forward to in the near future? Funny you ask, Paulo. I'm looking forward to Valerian and the. You know what? I can't even say the name properly. Valerian and the city of 1,000 planets. If that's not what it is, it's damn close. It's by Luc Besson, who also did one of my favorite movies of all time, The Fifth Element. So off the strength of that, I'm banking do good job, buddy.
It's important to note here that nobody is looking forward to Dunkirk. We all think it's going to be a terrible movie, right?
It's gonna suck.
Terrible.
To our hardcore fans, I shouted Dunkirk out in our last episode, but anyways,
We're all looking forward to Dunkirk.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone
It's gonna be
is in the world. But anyways, Valerian, Cara Delevingne is in it. That's a weird thing to shout out.
That's the only reason why Paul was looking forward.
That is not the only reason.
I don't know. He couldn't even remember the name of the movie.
All right, I'm gonna cut it off right now. Tune in next month or year, who knows when we'll keep you in suspense for the next episode of we don't even have a name yet because it's rotating.